Hi, it's Jackie with Homemade Perfect. So today I wanted to talk about decluttering your kitchen. So the first thing that I would recommend everybody do is completely clean your kitchen. So that means the dishes are done, the food's put away, your counters are as clear as you can, like you would normally have it if somebody was coming over. I'm going to start opening some cupboards and we'll just kind of discuss some things. So in this cupboard, there are lots of plates and bowls. So it's mostly plates and bowls. So what I would do is you have to ask yourself the questions. You have to know, do you entertain a lot? How often do you entertain? How many people are you entertaining? Do you have different themed parties, or do you virtually use the same thing over and over again? There are an awful lot of plates here, and so you may decide, I don't need all these, or you're just going to keep the ones that match, and the ones that don't match you're going to get rid of. So yeah, I would take everything out, have a look at it, get rid of the stuff that's chipped, and keep the sets, and then put it all back in. Wipe the cupboard out quickly. Now, the other thing to ask is, do you have a dishwasher? If you have a dishwasher, then you may need more dishes, because some dishes will be in the dishwasher and you want a plate and it's in the dishwasher, so you're going to need more plates. So I often give the example of my own space that I've moved into with my husband. I brought in, there's just the two of us, I brought in 4 dinner plates and 4 smaller sandwich plates. So if the most I'm entertaining is 4 of us, I lots of times do appetizers, so I can use a variety of plates, and it's napkins and such like that. So those are some questions to ask yourself. I'm going to open the glass cupboard. So as you can see, there's a lot of glass, a lot of different assortment of glass in here, a lot of cups. The cupboard is really full, and there's no more room, like especially for the cups down low. So personally, I would organize it a bit and get rid of some of the oddballs. And again, and then up here, there's all sorts of these little glasses. I don't know if you can see that. I'll just hold it off to the side. And so you have to ask, are you going to be using them? I don't even know what that is for drinking a liqueur or what. And if you're not a liqueur drinker and you haven't used them for a long time, ask yourself, why are you keeping them? Next, we're going to go, this is the spice cupboard. A lot of people keep their spices around their stove, and that's just the worst place to keep them, because spices go bad easily and they don't do well in heat. Technically you should probably keep your stuff in your fridge, but a lot of us don't have that room in the fridge. So to begin with, I would consider trying to find a new place for the spice cupboard, but I would bring everything out. I can tell by looking at this spice cupboard, there's a lot of old items. You can start by smelling the items to see if they have any smell to them, because if they have no smell to them, then they've lost their potency. I believe that a lot of spices don't last over a year, so a lot of stuff in here is way over a year old. And again, we've got some more spice. There's a few more spices back here, and odds and ends. Down here then is the frying pans, and so I would Teflon you got to be careful with. Once Teflon starts to scratch away, then the material you're eating the Teflon, which is not healthy. I would recommend trying not to buy Teflon. There's a lot of new products on the market, and definitely if you've got Teflon that's all peeling, get rid of it. I'm just going to take you around over to this cupboard. This is full of bowls and different kind of containers, and there's a lot of different bowls, and it's all mix match. I would personally have all my glass together and all my plastic in an area, and I can see that things are quite mixed up here. So that needs to be cleaned up and put like things together. And then the last area is the cutlery drawers, or the utensil drawers. This one actually I cleaned out a little bit the other day. It was so bad that a lot of them, I find when I go into homes, you'll open the utensil drawer and you have to do a lot of pulling on it to get it open because there's so much stuff in there. Things get caught up here. A lot of utensils people are not using. I know in this particular case, there's two or three items of a lot of things that could be eliminated. And then just, yeah, looking at your items. Is it cracked? Is it broke? Maybe replacing it, you know, like a soup ladle. Maybe you only need one instead of three. Whisks. Do you need, you know, 8 different sizes of whisks? That sort of thing. So again, it's about evaluating your own lifestyle, what you're using. You know what you cook with. And so unless, of course, you're in a house with a bunch of people and this person's doing that thing and you're doing another thing, then that's a whole different story. But pull out your items and, like I said, start with a clean slate. Pull everything out, have a look at it, put back in, and keep it neat and organized, because you should be able to open all your cupboards and specifically see what you have. Just a quick little story. One of my clients, she's 83. I go to her house every 2 weeks and do a clean. She has been slowly decluttering. She's not as mobile, so what she does is she pulls the chair up by the cupboard. I get down on my hands and knees, I pull everything up, put it on the cupboard for her to look at. I'm so proud of her. She's going through years and years, like 60 years of stuff, and she's downsizing by a third. And you know, this is really important, because if you don't do it now, you eventually have to do it, or your children have to do it. And there's some frustration there as you get older, because you don't have the ability to, you know, lift things and get down on your hands and knees and bring things up. So if you can do as much as you can, kind of on a monthly, yearly basis in your life, and just maintain your own home, then when it comes time, if you have to do a transition into a senior center and you have to downsize everything, or into a smaller condo, you're not going through all the heartache and the headache that comes with that. So happy decluttering.